Well, here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here, there is a sentence which is given in active voice and you're asked to choose the correct passive voice form of it. Look at the sentence. So, active to passive, passive to active. 5 steps we have discussed. What's the step 1? Identification of subject, verb and object. Now, what's the subject? Look at the sentence. The commander ordered his soldiers to move forward and attack the enemy camps. What is the subject? The commander. Verb, ordered. Object, his soldiers. To move forward and attack the enemy camp is additional information. Now, step 2. Subject becomes object, object becomes subject. So, it could be his soldiers or the soldiers, because here sentence when starting, if you start with his soldiers, who is that his refers to, we don't know, so we can go with the or either his, it can be. Next, ordered, verb is in V2, that means past. In passive voice, what are the B form for past? Was or were. Soldiers, plural, so we require were. And main verb must be always in V3. V3 for order is ordered. So the soldiers were ordered. So whatever the additional information is there, that you can put, or you can put the object before that. So what is the object? Ordered by whom? By the commander. Here you can take the commander or his soldiers. That means whose soldiers? The commander's soldiers. So the commander for the soldiers is their commander. So it can go either this way or that way. That means if you take his soldiers, then you go with the commander. If it is the soldiers, it should be the commander according to the context. The sense go better. But the structure, were ordered should be there. Look at the sentence, given options. The soldiers were ordered, correct. Were ordered, correct. Was ordered, ordered is soldiers. You can eliminate C and D. Okay. So either A or B could be our answer. Look at this. The soldiers were ordered. Okay, the soldiers were taken, so their commander should be there. By their commander, correct, to move forward and attack the enemy camps. Sounds correct. Look at this. His soldiers, so the commander. His soldiers were ordered by the commander to be moved forward and attack the enemy camps. No, here we are not changing this additional information. So B is incorrect. Hence your answer is option A. Well, here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you're asked to choose incorrectly spelled word and the 4 words are given. The first word is athlete. A-T-H-L-E-T-E, athlete, which means sports person, sportsman or sportswoman, whatever it is. So A-T-H-L-E-T-E, what is there? A-T-H-E is there. This is incorrect. So you got your answer. Next, option B, convenience. C-O-N-V-E-N-I-E-N-C. Convenience means comfort or ease. Next, dilemma. D-I-L-E-M-M-A. Dilemma means a situation. Yeah, I mean dilemma, a situation in which you are unable to decide between two things. Guarantee, like assurance. So you got your answer as option A. Well, here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you're asked to choose most appropriate synonym for the word mock. Mock means what? Ridiculous, making fun of. Make fun of or ridiculous. Okay, now look at the given options. Cheer. Cheer means to make happy, to make someone happy. Next, taunt. Taunt means jeer. Praise. Praise means glorify. Amuse. Amuse means what? Entertain. Entertain. Now, cheer, making happy. No, that is not what we want. Glorify. No. Entertain someone. No, it is taunt, jeering. So your answer is option B. Well, here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you're asked to improve the sentence if there is an error in the underlined phrase. The old lady nearly dead from fright. No, it doesn't sound correct. Dead out of fright, died with frightening, died of fright. You know, die as a verb, so it generally goes with different phrasal verbs. Here, die of gives direct cause of death, like Alexander the Great died of malaria. Next, die from gives indirect cause of death. Indirect cause. He died from the extreme stressful environmental and at the workspace. You can say that. So indirect. And there is one more. Die by means by the means of. By the means of. Now look at the options. We have to improve that. So died is what we require, not dead. Eliminate. Died with the frightening. No, it is died of fright, direct cause. So your answer must be option B. Well, here is the next question. Your time starts now. Your time is up. Here you're asked to choose the most appropriate meaning for the idiom come to the point. What is come to the point? Come to the point means to say or do exactly what you intend to do or to say. Okay, now look at the given options. To meet at a designated place, no. To speak plainly about the real issue, could be. To get reconciled to something, to unravel a mystery, no. So you see, generally we say Don't beat around the bush. Come to the point. That means saying exactly what you wanted to say rather than telling unnecessary things. So, to speak plainly about the real issue must be your answer. Option B. Here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you're asked to choose the correctly spelled word. From these, you can see the given options. The word is repugnance. REPUZNANCE. So that should be the spelling. RUPAN is there? No. RUPUN? No. PUG should be there. RUPUGNANC? Yes. RUPUNGE? No. So what is the meaning of this? It means intense disgust. Intense disgust. So if you disgust something intensely, dislike something, that is called repugnance. Well, here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here, jumbled sentences are given. 4 jumbled sentences. You have to arrange in a correct order. Look at the given options. I took a deep breath and inhaled the air. Okay. It was a fine spring morning. As soon as I entered the garden, lush green grass welcomed me. The freshness in the air drew my feet towards a garden. A garden. Which garden? The garden. Which one is that? So it was a fine spring morning. It could be the possible first sentence. It doesn't have any connector before. Okay, then what happened? It was a fine spring morning. Okay, then what you do? As soon as I entered the garden refers to a garden. So after D only C comes. That much you can be sure of. Okay. Then after B, can it be D? The freshness in the air. The air. Here you inhaled the air. That means after A only D comes. That means after B, it goes with A. So it was a fine spring morning. I took a deep breath and inhaled the air. The freshness in the air drew my feet towards a garden. As soon as I entered the garden, lush green grass welcomed me. So the order is B, A, D, C. Look at the options. A, C, no. B, A, D, C, yes. So you got your answer. That is option B. Well, here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you are given 4 jumbled sentences. You have to arrange them in a correct order. Look at the options. It hurts the heart most of all by inflating blood pressure. What is that it refers to? Don't know, so you cannot be the first one. You can blow up and let it out or bottle it up and ignore it. What is that it? Don't know, so we cannot be the starter. The question then arises what to do about it. What is that it? Not sure. So C is not your answer. Researchers have long agreed that anger hurts your health. It doesn't have it or any connector. So your starter is D. So C, B, so D is the starter. After D, B or A. That tells your answer. So researchers have long agreed that anger hurts your health. It hurts the heart most of all by inflating blood pressure. Okay. The question then arises what to do about it. You can blow up and let it out or bottle it up and ignore it. So this sounds correct. That means after D goes A, and after A, C, and finally B. Look at this. D, A, C, B. Yes. So your answer is option D. Well, here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you're asked to choose the correctly spelt word. From the given options, you can say it is restaurant, right? What's the spelling? Restaurant, not ENT, it is RANT, restaurant. So look at this, RESTAURANT, yes, this is rent, no, wrong, no. So your answer is option A. Here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here, a sentence is given and asked you to select the correct indirect form of that. So, a speech is given indirect. You have to go with indirect. The god said to visitors, "Do not take photographs inside the museum." So, here, indirect speech is, "Do not take photographs inside the museum." That is imperative sentence. For imperative sentence, the reporting verb depends upon the tone of the sentence. For imperative sentence, the reporting verb depends upon the tone of the sentence. What is the tone of the sentence? Do not take. That means the God is prohibiting, not allowing them. Right. Now look at the options. Now it is do not take. In indirect, it will becomes not to take. Not to take whatever is the remaining. So after reporting verb. So what is the reporting verb based on the tone? The God forbade. Forbade means what? Forbade. Forbid, forbade. Forbid means prohibit. Like doesn't allow, refuse to allow. So forbid, forbade. So correct. Verb is in V2, correct. Forbid the visitors to take. See, forbid means prohibit. That means negative. So whenever we use prohibit, that is not cannot be used because forbid is already negative. You cannot use another negative word because minus minus becomes positive. So do not use negative word. If you use forbid, forbid to take, not will not come. If you take a positive word, then you go with not to take. Like the God, you can say refused the visitors to take could be. The God didn't allowed can be. But here forbid is giving the sense. So forbade, prohibit. So go with to take. Not will not come. So forbade the visitors to take photographs inside the museum gives sense. The God told the visitors that is not used in imperative. Do remember, in imperative we do not use that. Conjunction that cannot be used in imperative. So it is incorrect. Eliminate. Warned did the God warned them? No, it's not a kind of warning. And if you take warned here, you see, not to be taking, no taking, not to take should come. No, it cannot be. Requested, we use requested only when there is please. Please do not take photographs inside the museum. Then you can go with requested the visitors not to take. Right? So it also doesn't give sense. Hence, your answer is option A. Well, here is your next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you're asked to choose most appropriate antonym opposite of the given word assist. Assist means to help, right? To help, to support. We require antonym. Look at the options. Support becomes synonym. No. Obstruct. What do you mean by obstruct? Obstruct means block or hinder. Next, conceal. Conceal means hide. Decline means lessen, to decrease. Now, it cannot be the antonym for assist, conceal, hiding, no. So the only word that could be antonym is option B, obstruct. Well, here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you're asked to choose passive voice of the given sentence. Look at the sentence. Martin drew a picture of snow-capped mountains. Identify subject, verb and object. Subject Martin, verb drew, which is in past. A picture of snow-capped mountains is object, that becomes a subject. Step 2, subject becomes object becomes subject. Now, step 3, B form. What is a B form? For verb in V2, was or were. Was or were. Now the subject is a picture of snow-capped mountains. A picture is singular, so we require to go with was. And the main verb must be always in V3, that is draw, drew, drawn. And preposition by, and take the subject in object position by Martin. This is what you require. A picture of the snow-capped mountains. A picture of the snow-capped mountains is being drawn. No way, doesn't give sense. What we require is was drawn, not is being. A picture of snow-capped mountains is drawn. It is in past, not in present. So eliminate B. A picture of the snow-capped mountains was drawn by Martin. Giving sense, yes, that is our answer. A picture of snow-capped mountains has been drawn. No. So your answer must be option C. Here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you are given a sentence improvement question. The highlighted phrase is he sing always when he is having a shower. If you feel it is grammatically or contextually incorrect, you have to improve the sentence. If not, no improvement required. So he sing always, you require to improve. It is incorrect. So here we have he, which is a third person singular. Generally takes singular verbs. So singular verbs ends in yes. He sings, he eats, he runs, he draws. Next thing, always. Always is an adverb of frequency. How frequently? Always. So, now the concept of adverb of frequency you should know. Adverb of frequency generally placed. Adverb of frequency is generally placed before the verb it qualifies. Generally placed before the verb it qualifies. So there are some exceptions though, but generally adverbs of frequency are placed before the verb they qualify. If there are two verbs, that is auxiliary verb and main verb, then they are placed in between auxiliary and main verb. That means here he must be followed by always and verb in singular, simple present, sings. So this should be the answer. Now look at the options. He always sing, no. Always he is singing, no way. He always sings, yes. So you got your answer, that is option C. Well, here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you are asked to improve the sentence if there is an improvement required from the given phrase. Look at the sentence. Garima live at the 25th floor. Here, definitely we require to improve the sentence because there are two errors. One is related to subject-verb agreement. One error related to subject-verb agreement. Another error is related to preposition. Prepositional error and subject-verb agreement. Now, look at the first one. Garima. Garima is third person singular. So with third person singular, the verb must be always in singular form. So Garima lives. Singular verbs end with S. So lives. Next one. We are talking about floor. At expresses place. At is place. Preposition of place. But we are not talking about the place. We are talking about the floor. So the right one is on the floor, whatever the floor, on the 25th floor or 22nd floor, 30th floor, whatever that. So we got two errors, so it should be Garima lives on, should be the one. Look at this, is living in, we don't live in the floor, no. Live in, no way. Lives on, yes, that is what we require. Hence your answer is option C. Here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you're asked to choose the most appropriate synonym of the given word, that is implore. What is it by implore? Implore means to beg someone desperately to do something. To beg someone desperately to do something. Now, we require synonym with the same meaning. Look at the options. Honor. Honor means respect. And that doesn't become the synonym. Plead. Plead means to beg. So, could be the possible synonym. Command means order. This is not the one. Refuse means not allow to do something. Not allow someone to do something. It cannot be. So your answer is option B, plead. Well, here is the next question. Your time starts now. Well, your time is up. Here you're asked to choose the most appropriate antonym opposite to the word vigilant. What do you mean by vigilant? You know vigilant officer, right? So vigilant means watchful, to be aware of and to be alert. That is what vigilant means about one's surroundings. Now, cautious becomes synonym, not antonym. Alert becomes synonym. Rash. Rash means rash driving. Being rash means reckless. Next, vary becomes synonym, which is awareness or being known to. So your answer should be option C, rash, reckless, not showing interest, no or not being watchful. Don't be rash, be vigilant. Right, guys, that's about our today's quiz. I'll see you in the next quiz. Till then, have a nice time.